Hello everybody, welcome, good morning. Well, it's good morning where I'm at. Maybe it's good afternoon or good evening where you're at. But hello, welcome. So I'm going to be doing a Capricorn reading. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I do go based off of Vedic Sidereal, so I do not go based off of tropical zodiac time anyways. And technically Capricorn was just January, going into February. So I'm not that late, but I'm still late. But I'm going to go ahead and do this, and let's see what's going on with you guys. All my Capricorn people out there, this would also resonate with you for whatever signs you have in your 10th house. A lot of you may have Venus in your 10th house, which is your marriage. It's going to be your significant relationship and your significant other. So that's a big one, okay? So think of it that way also. Hello, hun. Capricorn sun, yes, that's awesome. Yeah, so keep in mind, Capricorn's pretty famous. It's the midhaven, it's the 10th house, the house of career, success. The midhaven is really the place where everything you've ever worked so hard for ends up going. Okay, the 10th house, all your hard work. What did you go to school for? What did you study for? What did you spend your life trying to achieve? Also, it's not just work. Maybe your life's work is art. Maybe your life's work is raising children. Whatever your life's work is, it's going to end up here in the 10th house. And you're going to see how successful that is. How successful have you been? That's why it's the midhaven. Kind of your purpose. It's not necessarily your like karma purpose or your dharma purpose. Okay, or your moksha purpose. That can be different in everyone's chart. But it is for everyone, everything you've worked so hard for, where it ends up, that's for sure. So let's get a little information on that real quick before I start. Number one, Vedic Sidereal, Venus is in Capricorn with the moon. And that is, believe it or not, not so friendly. The moon and Venus, you would think they get along great. They really don't. The moon kind of gives Venus false hopes. The moon kind of creates an illusion for Venus. So Venus doesn't know what the heck is going on with her dreams and her aspirations. This can lead to people really hoping for... Hold on, I'm getting a message. Okay, I don't know if that's that important. Okay, sorry. I was getting a voice message on my house. Venus can be distracted, just like me just now, and filled with illusions whenever Moon is in the house with her, okay? Venus is about wealth, prosperity, riches, luxuries, relationships. So if you think about it that way, when Moon and Venus are in the same house, yikes, right? If you want to think about it in terms of your relationship, hi. In terms of your relationship, it's like if you have Moon with Venus, which everyone has Moon and Venus right now, that's where it's transited. The reason I'm talking about that is because right now in the sign of Capricorn, Moon is sitting there with Venus in the sign of Capricorn. It may not be the 10th house for everyone, but Moon and Venus are in the sign of Capricorn right now. So it's going to be creating that same effect for everyone. Anyways, I'll just continue. Let's see what's going on with Capricorn. If you guys want to know any more astrology things, you can just ask. Okay? But I'll just start with the reading. I don't want to get too much into the astrology of it. By the way, Capricorn, you guys are the goat, obviously the mountain goat. But in Vedic Sidereal, you're actually the crocodile. Okay, or the alligator rather, whatever. I just think it's, what I see is the alligator, but it could be a crocodile, I don't know. But that's Vedic Sidereal, okay? So your symbol is ancient. It's strong, it's masculine, it's powerful, it's deep, it's indestructible. Capricorn is a very strong sign. And so when you think of it in that term, hello, ancient souls. But let's talk about it like the mountain goat. And I've talked about it a little bit before, but since this is your reading, Capricorn, I'll go a little bit more in depth about it as I shuffle. The mountain goat actually goes up this huge mountain. It's like Mount Everest, okay? And the mountain goat is traversing all the terrain, okay? All these huge cliffs, these deep falls, these caverns, all these different kinds of difficulties, obstacles. The mountain goat is agile, if that's even making sense, the mountain goat. But the mountain goat seems to overcome all obstacles to get to the destination. And it seems to be doing things that no one else can do. The Capricorn seems to overcome huge obstacle courses that no one else can overcome, like jumping from one cliff 12 feet over to the other side, and there's a huge drop in between, a huge drop, and the mountain goat can jump from there to the other side and land perfectly. And people are like, oh my God, that's crazy. But that's Capricorn energy. You guys can defeat obstacles. You guys, Capricorn energy, you have a goal in mind, you're going to reach it. There's nothing you can't reach. A Capricorn is determined, very stubborn. But that's good. That's what makes you successful. That's why the 10th house, Midhaven, is the house of success. Capricorn, you are successful. You also know how to manage money very deeply. You know how to take care of it. You know how to invest it. You know how to grow it. You know all the different things that you should invest and you shouldn't invest in. Capricorn is very intuitive when it comes to finances. I know some people that are Aquarius and tropical zodiac, and I'm like, well, you're very popular. You have a large, you know, subscribing audience, and you have an Aquarius moon. And I'm like, okay, so Aquarius, so that means you're a Capricorn. You're a Capricorn in Vedic Sidereal. No wonder you love money. No wonder you love wealth and the finer things. So that makes a lot of sense for some people that I watch, especially on YouTube. So I see a lot of people that are Aquarius and tropical, and they're like, oh, I'm Capricorn? I'm Capricorn in Vedic? Yeah. And that explains a lot. Matthew, that's enough. Okay, so let's keep going. To somebody that made a comment of maybe I should get daycare for my kids when I do my videos. It's Sunday morning, so the daycare is closed. Sorry. People might have to hear Matthew. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Yes? Your movie's on outside, out in the living room, and you've got your tablet. You're settled. That's enough. Okay, I'm going to try to get this reading done. Sorry I'm shuffling so much, guys. I wish I could concentrate a little bit more, but my mind is a little bit scatterbrained because I have the Gemini with the Mercury retrograde. Yikes. And then Matthew here. Okay, give me 1 second, guys, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. Happy baby, happy life. Okay. My Venus is in Aquarius too, and I'm a single mom. Do your thing. Kids are priority. Exactly. Thank you. And I do it all. So I'm not completely distracted because of my kids. I think I handle my channel pretty well. So no, I don't actually feel I need to go pay $1,000 a month for daycare for me to do free videos that you guys to watch for free. So sorry if someone thinks I should have my kids in daycare so you can watch a free video. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead. Let's see what's going on here. Capricorn energy, Capricorn energy. Let's see what's going on. Capricorn energy. Holy Spirit, please guide me on a beautiful message for Capricorn. Let's get the intro message. This is just going to be the intro to Capricorn. You beautiful sign, you. I love Capricorn. My brother's a Capricorn, actually. My 25-year-old brother. And he is quite the character. He's a Sun Capricorn tropical, though. So that would make him a Sagittarius in Vedic. But Capricorn still comes through. I don't care if you're tropical or Vedic. Capricorn will shine through. It's a very strong symbol. It's a very strong sign. And because it's a cardinal, that's why. So even if it's in tropical, you still have this, you know, remnants of Capricorn energy in Vedic. It's just there. It's super strong. Capricorns, just real quick, before I do your reading, you guys are serious. You're contemplative. You're thinkers. You're doers. You have broad horizons. You think of the big picture. You love to travel in far off distant places. You love to go on pilgrimages. Traveling is something you definitely will have after the age of 25, definitely going into 30. You'll be traveling a lot. That's definitely a Capricorn sign. A lot of Capricorns generally tend to have very nice cars, very nice homes and interior. Even if you're a man or woman, gay or straight, Capricorns love to decorate. They love to have a specific style in the home. Generally it's modern, but they like the finer things of life. This is very classy. Not saying you all like caviar, but I'm saying a lot of Capricorns tend to sushi. They tend to like steaks. They tend to like fine wine. They tend to like very odd drinks that are different. They'll pay $3 to $5 for a different kind of soda, you know, at the supermarket that has a special name from a special place from some place, you know, Japan or whatever, and they have to have that soda pop. They have to have that drink. They're into trying new things. So Capricorn, you're the takers, believe it or not. A lot of people think, oh, Capricorn taker. They're gonna have the money to do it. Okay, this is why. A lot of Aquariuses seem to have the same traits in tropical. You see a lot of Aquariuses that have odd tastes. They think Aquariuses are a little bit different, a little bit eccentric. That's a Capricorn. The only difference between the two, because they're so close together, Aquarius and Capricorn, the only thing that's really different, Capricorn's not a huge talker. They're a doer, they're not a talker. They're more, don't talk about it, be about it. You know, that's a Capricorn. If you claim something to a Capricorn, like you claim to know information about, I don't know, astrology, they'll call you on it and they'll say, really? That's exactly what it means? Let me Google it. And they're on their phone Googling it, like, let me make sure that this person who quoted me this is accurate, okay? Oh, all right, and they're happy to prove you wrong, okay? Capricorns are a little bit feisty, and if they find you out in a lie or that you're incorrect on your information, they're happy to call you out. They're not shy on that aspect. But when it comes to the dating life, Capricorn, you do not like to be with the person that gets a lot of attention. You're not that person that's going after the Gemini. You're not that person that's going after the Leo, okay? You're not that person that's going after, let's see, another, okay? You're not, okay? The people that are in the center of the attention, in the center of the room, nope, they don't like that. They would rather have some unique person that gets their attention only. Someone that's not quite a wallflower, but just not the center of attention. They don't like the flashy limelight. They don't like all the lights on them. They just don't like all that attention. So if they're out at a club or a bar, you know, something like that. I see somebody said you're with a Leo. Remember, Leo in Vedic is Virgo, so there's probably a very difference of opinion in what I'm talking about for a true Leo. But continuing, Capricorns do not like to have the limelight completely on them in their relationship. For example, they don't want to show up with Angelina Jolie, okay, getting all the cameras and the lights and the attention. A lot of Capricorns like that seductive person on the corner of the room that's having a drink all by themselves that looks mysterious, you know, kind of Keanu Reeves kind of look, you know, where it's just like, who's this mysterious in the back of the club over there, not saying anything to anyone. What are they doing here? They're obviously beautiful. They're obviously very handsome. But damn, they're not, you know, getting a lot of attention. They're not looking for attention. That intrigues the Capricorn. The Capricorn is very curious, and will go over to that place and meet that person and start a conversation if need be, or just they may just give them the look and see if a conversation will start. But they go after the mysterious, unique people. They don't like cookie cutter people. Don't like, you know, captain of the football team and head cheerleader. That's not who the Capricorn will go for. They will go for that playwriter. They will go for that eccentric teen, you know, in high school that is gorgeous but doesn't have a lot of friends. So Capricorn is really good at hanging out with eclectic people, different people that are different compared to what society would think is acceptable. Okay, so Capricorns are very different. However, I have met some Capricorns that, let's say, Kid Rock, my brother's into acting as well. You have to look at the rising sign. That's probably why. There are some Capricorns who have an eye for talent. And a lot of Capricorns have a skill writing music or writing plays or books. They're very, very smart and intelligent. So if you meet a Capricorn, their intelligence is very, very, very high. And so Capricorns tend to be good thinkers and good readers and good writers. Okay, so anyways, that's just some information on Capricorn. They also generally tend to be good looking. Okay, let's just talk about the looks. Capricorns have mysterious eyes. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow, or pink. Capricorn will have mysterious eyes, beautiful eyes. They could be blue, they could be dark, deep brown, but the shape of it and the way they look at you is very mysterious. It's almost like they're reading into your soul. They're very, very deep. Almost like a Scorpio, very deep, okay? And if you think about it, in Vedic astrology, you've got Pisces on top of the Capricorn looking down, and you have Scorpio on the bottom looking up at Capricorn. Right in the middle is Capricorn. And so these are between very deep signs, okay? And that is Capricorn. It's like right in the middle. Very earthy, very practical, okay? That's another thing I must mention. Capricorns are practical. They will not waste needless money on needless things. They will put money on something that will bring them more money. Example, you and I may think that spending $1,000 on a camcorder or a camera is silly. You know, if somebody's doing photography, like, well, you can get the same quality for a $500 camera. Why do you have to spend $1,000 on a camera? And the Capricorn will say, well, because if you want this HP and you want this digital whatever and you want this exact blah, blah, blah points, you need to have this camera. And anyone that makes money has this camera. And anyone who wants to be super, super good at this position, at this job, needs to have this camera for the future. And normal people are like, but we're not in that area right now. Right now, we're not dealing with this kind of clientele. Right now, we don't have that kind of work coming in. And Capricorn says, well, hello, excellent. That's a Capricorn. They're like, if you want that clientele, start acting like you have that clientele. They'll invest $1,000 on that camera, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna make $1 million off of it. Okay, they're gonna get 100-fold. What's going on with that investment? They're gonna invest very, very wisely. But a lot of us are just not gonna take that risk. We can't see that far into the future, but a Capricorn can. They're also great listeners. Capricorns are great listeners. They will listen to you yak and yak, and they'll observe you the whole time. So if you ever want to be analyzed by CIA look-alike or wannabe alike, get analyzed by a Capricorn, because they will sit there and let you yak yourself to death. And the whole time they're like, they know they know your past, present, future. They know who you are and what your values are, and they have decided who you are in that conversation already. They feel quite confident that that is who you are, and they're going to stick to it. They're not very movable, okay? So if they have an opinion about you, it's going to stay that way. It's going to take great strides and lengths to move that opinion, okay? It's literally like moving a mountain. If a Capricorn has an opinion about something, you're going to literally have to move a mountain for that damn goat to move, because no, they're not going to. So very stubborn. It's very hard to convince them of anything otherwise. They're very great thinkers. You guys are very good thinkers. So you've already gone the extra mile to believe what you believe. And, you know, that's the end of the story. If you want to change my mind, you better do a lot. One more thing about Capricorns, hope I don't miss anything here, is you guys are very loyal and dedicated to your partner. So Capricorns will stay dedicated to a marriage forever. Or they will, even if they're boyfriend, girlfriend, Capricorn will be dedicated and loyal as long as the other person is hanging in there. Even when the other person wants to give up, the Capricorn will keep going confidently and stay dedicated to that relationship. Okay? Capricorn will always choose quality over quantity, because it's an investment and for the long term. Exactly. Exactly. Their investment. They're willing to invest in a long-term relationship. I've met a lot of Capricorns, even famous Capricorns. Well, I haven't met them, but I know of them that have stayed married for the long haul. Even if they're famous, they've been with that same person forever. It doesn't matter how they look. They're just dedicated. I've met people that have boyfriend-girlfriend relationships that, you know, were teens. and they kept a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship for like 3 years, you know, longer than any normal teen would. You know, normal teens have a new boyfriend-girlfriend every 3 weeks, but not a Capricorn. They'll stay with that high school sweetheart, you know, as long as they can, till they realize this is not the person for me. One last thing, and this is the darker side of Capricorn. You guys have a dark sense of humor. You laugh at jokes that are not funny to anybody else. You find humor to be ridiculous if goofy. Okay, you like dark humor. You guys like those kind of movies like, you know, Johnny Depp movies. Okay, all those Johnny Depp movies, Capricorns love that shit. They love eccentric movies like Sweeney Todd. Okay, the dark Alice in Wonderland, you know, things like that, Sleepy Hollow. They love characters that are odd, eccentric, deep, that there's a meaning to the movie. They love deep movies that are about history also. A lot of Capricorns love history. So, you know, going into ancient times, they love these ancient war movies, a lot of that Lord of the Rings kind of stuff, or Game of Thrones. You know, they love things like anything very old and warlike. They do like that. They love plays. They love music. They love musicals. A lot of them do. They love people that put a lot of time and effort into a performance. They'll honor it. They will think that's wonderful because they're not just looking at the movie or the play, like, oh yeah, that's a great play or not. They think of all the characters that have spent numerous years working on that character, how much work it took for them to work on that character and become that person in that play. They honor the actors. They honor the people that have so much dedication, and they love that. So they're showing up to a piece of work that is more than just the product. Okay, they're looking at what went in to make that product. So they're very, very deep. They're into that. These people make great directors, great screenwriters. Steven Spielberg has stuff. Okay, but yeah, Capricorns are deep like that. Yeah, and like I said, they love the finer things of life. They love all the nice things you can get. Their clothes, they don't have a lot of clothes, but the clothes that they have are all very nice and usually more expensive than what the rest of us would spend on a t-shirt or a pair of jeans. Okay, so like they'll go spend 20 to 30 bucks on a t-shirt and they'll wear it a lot. You know, they love that t-shirt, but where the rest of us might spend $5 on a t-shirt, you know, they wouldn't dream of spending $5 on a t-shirt. We talk about a specific brand of cotton. It's like, okay, it's cotton. How many brands of cotton are there? And the Capricorn's like, do you want to fill this shirt? Yeah, you like that? Now fill this one. Okay. Yeah, you see the difference? Okay, I'm going with the nice cotton. And that's what their sheets do. They're like, nope, I got to have a nice pair of sheets. I got to have a nice, comfortable bed. I need to have an extremely comfortable couch. Luxury, luxury, luxury all the way. TVs, I got to have the nice TV. Sorry, not going to go spend on a non-name brand TV. I need a nice one. Cell phones, nope, gotta have the new interesting cell phone. Yeah, very aqua-like, exactly. And a lot of tropical aquas are Capricorns in Vedic, that's why. Okay, so I'm going to start with your reading. I think I've kind of touched on that. Oh, Saturn rules Capricorn. Ooh, real quick, I got to mention that. What does Saturn do in astrology? Saturn is all about hard work, labor, okay, dedication, and a ritualistic schedule, okay, doing the same thing every day. Capricorns love to do the same thing every day. Well, I can't say they love it, but they do it well. How about that? Capricorns, you do it well. You will stick to your schedule and your regimen, whatever that is, regimen. Karma and discipline, exactly, karma and discipline. That's the 10th house, yeah. But yeah, you guys are definitely the kind that will show up to work at a specific time and do the same thing right and well. And you're dedicated. This is why you inquire so much money. You occur, what's the word? You know, you get so much money because you're a dedicated, loyal employee or business owner. 9 times out of 10, Capricorns will be on their own in business by the age of 40. I have seen that. By the age of 40, a Capricorn will want to go in business on your own. A lot of them start earlier, but you guys are very entrepreneurial. Okay, so you're going to be those people that are starting businesses young and you do it well. You're not exactly the go-to salesman type. Capricorn is not a salesman unless they have Gemini prominent somewhere in their chart, but they're not a salesman, so you will not catch them being salesy, okay? But that's my whole point. They're good business owners. Okay, enough with that. Saturn will bless you. Saturn will be an amazing planet to bless hard work. So if you are dedicated and loyal to what you do and dedicated and loyal to your marriage or your commitments, you generally will have good results. You'll have good results if you have Venus in Capricorn and you're dedicated to your partner and you have a regimen, you will have dedicated results. I find that if you have Venus in Capricorn, the only way to have a successful relationship, especially if you're a man, let's just say a man who's courting a woman, Capricorn, it takes work because Saturn is there. Especially if Saturn is near there, oh my God, yeah. Or aspecting, God, Saturn's gonna mess you up. But listen, Saturn will bless you. To the spouse that buys flowers often for their spouse, or shows affection often, or does chores around the house, okay? For a spouse that puts in physical effort and hard work into a marriage, because a Capricorn Venus marriage is very practical. You're not going to have a lot of romance. Oh, darn it. I might have to start another video. I hate that it got stuck. That's probably best because of all my yakking. I hate this. I hate YouTube. I'm going to have to get on another video, guys. Ridiculous. Can't even start my reading. I know, it's ridiculous, guys.